Floridians know the cost of hurricane destruction. Last season, we got lucky. But luck doesn't protect your home. Fortunately, Storm Smart has dependable custom hurricane protection products. Hurricane screens, accordion shutters, aluminum roll-down shutters, flood mitigation systems. Because protected beats lucky every time. Be safe, be smart, be Storm Smart.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A, this is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by Storm Smart. Protect every opening of your home.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to a Thursday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live. We are live on the spot. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on streaming. We're everywhere. And tonight is going to be a really fun show. So if you are part of our original group here, so if you're watching on the spot, let me check. Yep, we are on TV. You know, I'm working on these buttons myself. I always got to make sure, are we really on TV? Yep, we are. So we started on broadcast last July. You may have heard we are the official broadcast partners of the Tampa Bay Lightning, which you will be able to watch Bolts game number 3 against the Canadians right here on the spot tomorrow night. But there are other nights when there is no hockey, and many of those nights we are live here on the spot. So a lot of folks started watching when we were on TV, but some of the old school folks who have been watching, since we've been doing this show, believe it or not, for nearly 20 years. And we have correspondents all across the world, kind of, sort of. Well, one of our correspondents, you all know Miss Bonnie. And Miss Bonnie lives in Louisiana, and whenever there's a hurricane coming around, we always go to Miss Bonnie and see how things are going. Well, Miss Bonnie's son, Mike, is here tonight, and he's been doing this for several years as well. Matter of fact, he was just telling me a story when, was it Lauren that you were? It was one of the people. He had a little crawfish, and it was Lauren, yeah. He had a little crawfish, and he was chasing Lauren around with the crawfish. Well, I had a chance to see some of the crawfish that he brought in. These little mud bugs, they ain't little. They are sizable crawfish, and with good reason, because this weekend is the Crawfish Festival. How many is it? 16th 16th annual Fishhawk Riverview Crawfish Festival. And coming up in the next segment, we're going to talk about that. We're going to show you how to make the best etouffee. We're going to show you about the crawfish, let you know how you can get crawfish on your own, and how you can come out to the festival, which runs on Saturday. So we'll get to that in a couple of minutes. Anyway, first things first, let's go ahead and just jump right into the 7-day. We'll kind of get the weather part out of the way because there's not a lot of weather to talk about. Denise, how you doing? Kurt, how you doing? Kurt's fired up about his Cubs. Apparently the Cubs have now won 9 in a row. I did see they beat the Phils today in extra innings, 8-7. Linda, how you doing? No, we're not talking catfish. We're talking crawfish. And that is, now both of which are exceptional, mind you. But, yeah, I'm a big crawfish guy. Anyway, there's the 7-day. And there might be a few showers trying to pop up inland. There have been a couple today. I do think Sunday the chances are a little bit better. But again, not along the coast. Almost all of it will be inland. And then next week should be sunny and hot. Alicia, how you doing as well? If you're watching on TV and you're new to the show, and people are like, well, wait a minute, who's he talking to? So while we are live on television, we're also live on social, and I have a chance to see all the comments. We have a lot of interaction. We have a lot of camaraderie. It's really kind of a family thing, and it's been going on for quite a while. So many folks have been asking about my day today, and it definitely did not start out the way I expected. So here's the way it plays out, and I'm going to share this with you, and then we're going to go into a break, and then we're going to talk about the Crawfish Festival. But so many folks have been asking about the little kitten that we found today. So here's how this started out. If you remember, this was, I'm trying to remember, how many weeks ago was it we posted this picture? So there was a cat that was drinking water out of our bird bath. And it was a cute little kitty, and it came by a couple of times later, and but it was a stray. It was definitely a stray because people had been asking. Its ears hadn't been clipped. You know, we don't know if someone had just, you know, let it out in the wild or what happened, but it was definitely a stray. So that was it, right? I saw the kitty from time to time out in the backyard running around. Well, this morning, my neighbors are walking, Sherry and John are walking around, walking their dog, and they heard meowing. And they're like, what the heck? And they looked up on the roof, and they thought the meowing was coming from the roof. Well, it was. John got up on the roof and found one kitten alive, and honestly thought the other kitty was dead. In fact, they thought it was a baby possum because it was so little. And they were underneath the solar panels of their house, of their roof. So they jumped up, and they got the one kitten, and the mama, sure enough, came around from outside, and they put the kitten down, and the mama just kind of kept her distance, and then they backed away from the kitten, and sure enough, the mama came right up, grabbed that kitten by its scruff, and ran off with it. So that was the mama, obviously, and took her kitten with her. Well, the other one, again, John thought was dead, so got back up on the roof, went into the solar panel, like reached in, and sure enough, it was another kitten. And it was a very, very little kitten. And this is what it looked like when they called us. So we get in the car, and one of the really, really nice folks on Facebook reached out after seeing the first picture and had suggested that maybe they trap the mom and they can, you know, neuter her and then re-release her out in the wild. But we didn't know there were kittens. Well, this is the kitten that was there, and she was alive. Very little, but she was alive. So we immediately took her to the pet ER in Clearwater, and there she is with the great vets that were there. Thank you very much to all the vets that were helping us out there. And she was about 3.5 weeks old. And, you know, again, this is another look of what she looks like. And a little bit of Siamese in her, a lot of the folks were thinking as well. And a lot of you guys have been suggesting names and whatnot. So she is still with the other folks that I was talking to, you know, and she's actually in an incubator right now to try to get her weight up and, you know, try to get back healthy. But that's from the folks in the at the vet ER that were actually taking pictures of it as well. So again, the Needy Kitty Rescue just did. Thank you so much for giving us advice on what to do, and again the ER, the vet ER in Clearwater, which was just amazing as well. I mean, it was just really, really awesome. So thank you to everybody who was helping us out on this. And now everybody's like, okay, so you got your own cat now. No, that's not the truth. Although Ryan, my daughter, you know, has been calling me, you know, constantly, Dad, are we going to get the cat? Dad, are we going to get the cat? I don't know. They always say if you name it, it's yours. And we have agreed on a name. And a lot of people have said they want the name to be 7 for rule number 7. But I think Stormy actually works a little bit better. Still not sure what we're going to do. Hopefully she recuperates and gets healthy. But because, you know, we do have a Longo. We do have our pup, Longo. Don't know how well Longo would get along with the kitty. But a lot of folks were asking. So that is how my day went. Never on my 2026 bingo card when I went to bed last night did I think I'd be waking up and jumping in the car with a 3-week-old kitten, rushing them to the emergency room in Clearwater, the pet ER, and but yet it still did work. So again, thank you very, very much to the folks who helped, and and it was an unexpected day. So, all right, that's what we have going on today. Again, I gave you the forecast. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to tell you how to get one of the greatest etouffees that you'll ever have and help the local community in Hillsborough County at the same time. That's the Crawfish Festival, 16th annual Crawfish Festival, and that's coming up in 90 seconds as DPL continues. Okay, so we are in a break, and we are going to, now, why don't you change the shot, Jonathan? Let me see, let me make sure that it changes on. Jonathan, are you paying any attention? There you go, thank you. So go ahead and keep that shot. There's Michael. Michael is on there trying to get
the big ones.
Trying to pick out the big ones, yep, and there are so many of them. And it was VEGER was the name of the veg. I'm not sure how they pronounce it, but that was the 24-hour ER that we went with. So, oh, you know what though? I do need a countdown, and I'm not going to have a countdown. So here's what we're going to have to do. I'm going to have to keep my eye on this clock.
All right.
And then I'll be able to walk over when we start. So Jonathan, I take that back. Why don't you start with me standing here? And then go ahead and take the shot, and I will walk over. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So anyway, you guys doing good out there? Yeah? Debbie, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I was not familiar with this cat distribution system was until today. And then all of a sudden, it became a thing. Apparently, it's a thing. I never knew about it. All right, we're back in 10 seconds. Yeah, Veterinary Emergency Group. Got it. Okay. All right, back in 3, 2. And yeah, I wanted to thank the vets at the Veterinary Emergency Group, VEG, in Clearwater. Again, we showed up with a sick cat, and they just rushed right in to help us. So again, thanks to all the folks. It was a crazy start to the day. All right, so now we're going to talk crawfish. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got going here. Michael, how are you doing, my friend? Nice to see you, Mike Broussard.
I am good, man.
From the
Good
Fishhawk Riverview Rotary. Oh, man.
I've got you a little hot serving for you, some etouffee.
So go ahead and tell the folks. Okay, let's start with the event.
Okay, yeah, the event. It's our 16th annual Rotary Club of Fishhawk Riverview Crawfish Festival. I'll give Dennis a little time to eat while we talk about it.
There's scallions on here. Are you supposed to put, is that just you, or is that something, because I don't think I've ever, I love scallions, but I don't know if I've ever had them on before.
I love it as a garnish, but it also gives it a nice little flavor. I like to finish it off with a little parsley and green onion scallions.
So Wendy Ryan tried this last year, and she remembered this year, and she's like, a little spicy. It is, but not overly spicy.
I don't like
good.
I don't like to overspice my food. Cajun food is not overly spicy. If you want to spice it up, you can use Tabasco or anything. I grew up about 15, 20 minutes from the Tabasco factory, so I like to plug them. But you can throw some Tabasco in there and make it as hot as you want. But I like it to feed for the masses. You know, I want you to enjoy it.
And that makes sense, because some people can't take it hot. You know,
exactly.
So I'm sorry I interrupted you, but this is so
no, you
good.
know,
It is so good.
Let's talk about Rotary for just a second, and I'm going to teach you how to eat crawfish, because there's a lot of people are like, what is this?
Well,
I don't know how.
I will tell you a story, and you know me, I just start getting these. Yeah. So when I was in college, I was a laborer in the summer between my junior and senior year, and my dad's company, we were building a bridge across the Mississippi in Gramercy, which is just to the west of New Orleans, and my family lived in Baton Rouge, and I would make the drive every day, and after we would do a concrete pour for the bridge, we would have a crawfish boil.
For sure.
And they would fill the back of that flatbed up with crawfish. And the real Cajuns would suck out the head.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Yeah,
why
that's where
not?
all the flavor is, man. Come on.
You know, I was the college boy. That's what look, as a college boy, he's not going to do it. And I did do it. And you're right. It is where the flavor is. It wasn't my favorite thing. For folks who like crawfish, most of the people, you're just eating the body and the tail. Kind of like lobster. But anyway, go ahead. I keep interrupting you. I'm just going to keep eating.
Listen, for just a second, I'm going to teach you how to eat crawfish while you do that. Okay. So that way you have some time to. So the crawfish is basically like a shrimp. You have a head and a tail, a couple claws. You want to pinch it right at the base of the tail there. Yep. All right? And so when you pinch it on the side, then you pull it out, there's the tail.
Yep.
If you want, the fat is in the head. This is where all the flavor is. If you stick your finger in there.
Right here.
If you want.
Yeah, I ain't gonna.
There's a little spice in there.
There's some spice.
But
if you don't want to,
so you flip, you flip it over and crack the first 2 layers of it.
Yep.
And then you just pinch it at the bottom, and the tail comes right out. So you want to eat the tail meat. I got some remoulade sauce too, in case you want to do a little dip.
Now, I've never had remoulade dipped with. You know where I eat remoulade? Whenever I get like fried onions and stuff, I love remoulade. But I've never and shrimp, but I've never had crawfish with it before.
So yeah.
Is that no? Did you make that remoulade too?
It's made with ketchup, mayo, Worcestershire sauce, Tabasco,
that's good.
And a little bit of mustard.
That is so good. All right, so we got so many things to talk about. We're going to have 2 segments to do it. But so I'm going to keep eating this. Tell the folks about the event and what the Rotary is doing and how they can get involved. Because I'm telling you, if you guys are looking for something to do on a Saturday, this is as good. This is the best crawfish you'll ever have. And right now, all my kids are in New Orleans. My oldest son lives in New Orleans. He's a doctor there. They all flew up this weekend for Jazz Fest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they're all eating, and so we've grown up on this stuff, and I'm telling you, this is as good as it gets. So if you want true, traditional, authentic Cajun food, this Saturday at the Crawfish Festival. It's just the greatest.
If you want information on it, I'll just give it to you real quick. It's luvcrawfish.com, love crawfish. So it has all the information on the event and everything, but just wanted to talk about our Rotary Club real quick. We have the best Rotary Club in the Tampa Bay area. You can argue with other Rotary clubs, but I can tell you right now, we have the best club. We support, through our efforts of this Crawfish Festival and the boat parade, we do a lighted boat parade on the Alafaya River. We support the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay, Seeds of Hope. Their organization does amazing work in our community, largely run by teenagers, by the way, who care. 3B's Ministry, their mission is to feed the hungry in our area, and we also help fund Rotary International. Our motto is service above self. And we do that across the street and around the world. We've been working to stamp out polio since 1982 or something. It's been a long time, since the 80s. And there's only 2 countries with a few cases left. And so we're still vaccinating people in Pakistan and Afghanistan, places that are hard to get to. And that's really where the only cases lie over in that area. And a lot of it is we can't get to them. You know, it's hard to get to, and Taliban and whatever.
I mean, the Rotary has just done great work for such a long time. And this event has been going on for 16 years.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the event. And it's a family feel. Because, I mean, that's the one thing I remember. I mean, you had your whole family up there cooking and everything else.
Yeah. So we started this 16 years ago as a small fundraiser, and it has blown up. I got 2,000 pounds of crawfish coming in here on Saturday, live, straight from Louisiana.
Oh, man.
I make the etouffee, I make chicken and sausage, gumbo, red beans and rice, dirty rice, hamburgers, hot dogs, pulled pork. Everything's made by us, so it's all fresh cooked. And it's all for community involvement. I mean, we give back. All the money we raise goes back into the community for our charities. So,
where is the event?
It's at Winthrop Town Center in Riverview, at the corner of Providence and Bloomingdale.
Is that the same place it usually is?
Same place, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
So John and Cindy,
this, by the way.
John and Cindy over at Winthrop donate this park for us to have this every year. Shout out to Christopher Ligori and Associates. He's our title sponsor, has been for years, and so he's back again. It's just a great event. We have a petting zoo. We have a live band all day. Some really good music. It's going to be a little jazzy, bluesy this year, so I'm excited about that.
Nice.
And just Pep and Distributing's bringing the beverages, and we have tea and lemonade and stuff for the kids.
Yeah, you got to have some cold beverages with this stuff.
Actually, speaking of cold beverages, I had an ice cold Rule number 7 beer in my fridge to bring here today, Dennis, to have with these crawfish, and I left it in the fridge. But there's a story behind that. I got it for the release after the hurricanes. We got flooded for Hurricane Helene, and I went and got those beers for the release. And I said, I'm not opening this beer unless Dennis hollers rule number 7. And I'm holding on to it because last year we didn't have any hurricanes.
Yeah,
so
well,
I'm hoping I don't have to open that again this year.
Exactly. So keep it where it is. Maybe it's good luck.
Yeah.
All right, here's what we're going to do. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the event, and we're going to talk about how you can get your own crawfish and how you cook it, how you season it, how you make this stuff, because this is great, great, great stuff. And that'll continue in 90 seconds as Dennis Phillips Live continues. Okay, so we are on a break. As you can see, I'm pretty much halfway, 2/3 of the way done with this. This is so good. But I do need, I'm going to go get Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, go get you something.
I'm gonna, all right, we are still streaming, and I'm going to answer some questions when we come back. I mean, it really is the perfect amount of spice on this.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Hey, Jonathan, same thing. Since I don't have a countdown, I'll start back.
In there, I was looking at the monitor, I said fish, I'll come back. Okay.
Since I don't have a countdown,
I'm the main guy.
Are you really?
I'm the cook. Yeah, I started this thing.
we've completely lost control. We're still on TV. You know we're still on right now, Jason. We are. We're on streaming.
You're on streaming.
Okay, all right, that's good. Just make sure. All right, we are back in 30 seconds. Yeah, Jonathan, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start back over here because I can't get a countdown. So, unless you want to give me a countdown overhead. Do you know countdown? Do you have the time? Okay, ideal. We're at 18 seconds. By the way, this is old, but I'm going to say this is what he was talking about.
Yeah, the rule number 7, Bear.
Yeah, this has been sitting back for.
Thanks to you, your stream knows me, so it doesn't matter.
This is true. Everybody knows Jason Adams, not the weather Jason Adams. Jason Adams who comes running in when something's going on wrong. All right, we're back. Hey, everybody, back on Dennis Phillips Live. So this is the rule number 7 pale ale that Michael was talking about, which will be released. The new release will be Memorial Day weekend at the Crooked Thumb in Oldsmar. I'll be live there, on Safety Harbor, rather. I'll be doing a meet and greet, and that will be on Sunday this year. It's usually on Saturday. This year it's going to be on Sunday at the Crooked Thumb in Safety Harbor. The new pale ale, meet and greet. We'll have a chance to meet everybody and talk about this upcoming season. All right, let's go on back. Michael, I want you to tell folks, you said it's a lot like shrimp, but tell people how you spice this up. And you also mentioned there's a way that you have a guy who he knows a guy. He knows
a guy yes.
who can get you crawfish as well. I'm gonna keep eating this. I needed to get a little something to drink. I couldn't find my Diet Dr. Pepper. I got my Diet Coke. So tell folks how you make this. Hey, did you refill this?
I just put a little bit more juice on the top for you.
I'm like, wait a minute. I almost ate this whole thing, and it looks like it's full again.
I just freshened it up for
That's
you while
hysterical.
you were gone. So.
All right.
But yeah, I'll show you again how to eat. You know, shrimp. A lot of people get shrimp and they get it with just the tail, right?
Yep.
And you have to peel the shrimp to put it in your whatever you're making. So it's just like peeling a shrimp, and you have the tail meat. So
now, how long do you steam them?
So there's 2 ways to cook them. Sorry, I got a little leg in my mouth.
Quote of the day. It's all right. I got a little leg in my mouth.
There's 2 ways to cook them. You can fill the pot up with water over the crawfish and boil them. That's the way I was raised, right?
Okay.
And you put the seasoning in the water, you cook them for about 20 minutes, and you let them soak. And you pull them out and you eat them. You dump them on the table, whatever you're going to do, and eat them.
How
right?
much spice do you put in the water? Or do you?
Yeah, you do. When you boil them, you're going to put almost a whole box of salt, actually, because depending on the size of your pot. But I use an 80-quart pot. It's a big pot.
Okay.
And to boil them, you put a whole box, almost a whole box of salt, probably 3/4 of a box of salt, and then I like Louisiana crab boil. You can also use Zatarans, the liquid boil.
Yeah,
you can put that in there.
I've seen that.
And I like to get that spice cooking in that water and taste it, right? And taste the water if it's got a good spice to it and a little kind of salty. You want it kind of salty because all of this food goes in there and it sucks the seasoning up. So you want to. That's one way to do it. That's boiling them. I like to steam them. I learned from a guy. I worked for a restaurant in Louisiana in the 90s, and he steamed them. And
by the way, we only have about 2 minutes left in this segment.
No, cool. I'll make it quick. So you put only this much water in your pot, and I put cayenne pepper and a little olive oil in the water, and I steam them, and then I dump them in an ice chest and sprinkle that Louisiana crab oil on top of them, squeeze some lemons on them, and then I let them just steam in that cooler.
How long do you steam them?
20 minutes.
20 minutes,
It takes
all right.
about 10 minutes to come to a boil, and then 10 minutes to finish cooking.
Now, and here you got potatoes, and you got kind of like a crab boil kind of a thing, but with crawfish.
Yeah, and I like to cook my corn and potatoes in a separate pot so I can season them the way I like them. In the crawfish, you could do it if you boil in the crawfish. You can put it all in the same pot. But when you're steaming them, I like to cook them separate. So that's just
some people say the one thing, it's a lot of work for a little bit of meat unless you decide to suck the head, you know, and then all of a sudden you got all the flavor and stuff. Right. But it's all good. Now, you mentioned too, you know a guy How you said there's a way that people can get the crawfish as well.
Yeah, I get them shipped in from Louisiana, but if you want crawfish and you're here local in Tampa Bay, Joe the Shrimp Guy is on Facebook. You can hit him up, send him a message. If you go pull up his page, you'll see he has a form you can fill out to order your crawfish and stuff, but he brings oysters, he brings chicken, sausage, pork sausage for Louisiana. Anything you want from Louisiana, he could actually get it for you. So we become buddies. He donated the food here for today for the crawfish. He gave me the crawfish and the crawfish for the etouffee. So I was like, you know what, Joe, you're a good man, and thank you for doing that for us. Our Rotary Club appreciates it. And Dennis, we can't thank you enough for being a supporter of our event for years.
It's my pleasure. This is amazing. So again, one more time, let everybody the website and the hours of the event on Saturday.
So it's this Saturday, the 25th, from 11 to 4 p.m. at Winthrop Town Center. You can find out all information on luvcrawfish.com. That's lovecrawfish.com. It has everything you need to know. You can buy tickets ahead of time. You don't have to. You can get them the day of. It's free parking, free admission. You pay to get out. That's
all right.
it.
Awesome. Hey, I don't know if anybody's working in master control right now. Usually, you guys know I push the button over myself, but we'll give it a try. We'll say we got to be back for our last segment, and if not, then I'm just gonna have to walk over and press the button. Let's give it a shot.
We'll still be eating crawfish
exactly.
when you get back.
We'll be back in 90 seconds as Dennis Phillips Live continues. Do we go to a break? We did! Yay! Okay, that's awesome. All right, and then my last segment is just right over here.
All right, cool.
For 2 minutes.
That was awesome. All right, so the crawfish, you're going to leave them in this, you can bring them home, or you leave them in here?
No, I'll leave it here. Wendy's doing our treat night tonight, so we can start with crawfish and end with
treats.
With the treats that she brings in, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's awesome.
Eat all that you have?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna eat this.
All right, cool. I got a container.
Am I gonna eat all that? Come on. Let's see if we got. Okay, so let's see. So someone says, okay, Deb wants to know what they taste like. So here you go. That's a good one. I'll go ahead and put that on here as well. Okay, back in 30 seconds. Shoot. Okay, there we go. All right, back in 20. Yeah, I was wondering, because I'm telling you, I ate most of this, and then all of a sudden, oh, thank you. I ate most of this, and then I say it was 2/3 of the way full again. I'm like, what? How did that happen? All right, back in 4, 3, 2. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to our final segment of Dennis Phillips Live. So this was one of the questions. Deb wanted to know, what do they taste like? I would say they're a cross between shrimp and lobster. It's a shellfish, so I mean it's got that kind of that flavor to it, but it's really all about the spices. You know, as Mike was saying, you know, if you can buy those packets of Louisiana crawfish boil, and you know you just pour that in, so you got your crawfish, you got your water. Do you put vinegar in the water with you?
I don't.
You don't? Some people do. My dad used to. And you just put that stuff in, and you just let it steam for 10, 20 minutes, whatever it is, and it's an exceptional. But again, that's going on this weekend. So one more time, what was the website?
Lovecrawfish.com, L-U-V.
Luvcrawfish.com, and you get a chance to help out the local Rotary and Fish Hawk Riverview and have the best crawfish. And I'll stand by this, and I lived in Louisiana for years. It's the best crawfish etouffee I've ever had, so it's exceptional. So Michael, again, thank you so much for coming. One more quick look at the 7-day. Again, we do have the chance of a few showers popping up in inland areas, a little bit better chance as we roll into the end of the weekend, especially in those inland spots. But overall, the forecast is looking, well, you know, pretty nice. The mornings have been nice, the evenings have been nice as well. So if you're watching on the spot, remember tomorrow night, Game 3, the Bolts and the Canadians. And tonight on our station, coming up in 2 minutes, the NFL Draft on ABC live from Pittsburgh. So you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on our next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. And we're out. Oh, that was so good. We are still live on streaming. That worked perfectly. All right, guys, I'm going to go eat crawfish. So usually we would talk for a little bit longer, but you saw the forecast, We talked crawfish, and now I'm going to go eat crawfish. So you guys have a good night. Tomorrow night, I will be back. We will not be on the spot, obviously, because of the Bolts game, but we'll be back to talk NFL draft, who the Bucs went with. Day 2 of the NFL draft is tomorrow, and that will also be on ABC. So lots and lots of sports going on. And hopefully you guys will head on over on Saturday to the Crawfish Festival, the 16th annual, because it is a great time. Thanks for all the kind comments about the little kitty. I'll let you guys know how she's doing. And as always, I appreciate everything. We will see you tomorrow night on our next edition of Dennis Phillips Live. See you guys.